Ah, yes, internet memes. Everyone has an opinion on them. Many love them, just as many hate them. It's human nature. But memes can also be great for marketing. I'm not talking about people sitting around in some corporate boardroom trying to come up with a clever meme. Those usually turn out like this.
How do you do, fellow kids?
But one meme hit the box office over the summer of 2023 harder than Ray Rice in an elevator. That one meme was Barbenheimer. Warner Brothers' production of Barbie, followed up by Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. This was one of the biggest things to happen to the box office in 2023. A combined opening weekend of $244.5 million and grossed nearly $1 billion, and yes, that is billion with a B, in the domestic box office. Combined, this movie is the biggest event of the domestic box office of 2023 so far, and if we're being honest, probably will be the biggest event of the domestic box office of 2023. The two movies are so vastly different from each other that it just worked. You know what they say, opposites definitely do attract. Warner Brothers releasing Barbie on the same day as Oppenheimer was probably their middle finger to Christopher Nolan for leaving them to go do movies over at Universal. But the initial intent doesn't matter. Barbenheimer actually represents a moment in film history that often gets overlooked by people and something that the studios need to consider bringing back. The double feature. Two movies for the price of one. Originally, double features were being used by the smaller studios like American International as a value proposition. You're not going to pay the price of admission to go see movies like The Phantom Planet and Assignment Outer Space on their own. You will, however, pay the price of admission to go see both of them on the big screen simultaneously. Some double features were very simple and straightforward. A theater would probably show 1933's King Kong, followed by its sequel, Son of Kong. Planet of the Apes, followed by Beneath the Planet of the Apes. Some double features were put together because the two movies had a similar premise or were in the same genre. Think 1 Million Years BC with Raquel Welch, and She with Ursula Andress, and the one I mentioned earlier, The Phantom Planet and Assignment Outer Space. And some double features were just straight up weird pairings. There was a double feature of The Odd Couple and Rosemary's Baby, for example. Two movies that probably shouldn't go together, but would probably make for a very funny, like, Friday night double feature if you wanted to get really, really drunk. Another example of a weird pairing was The Spy Who Loved Me and The Pink Panther Strikes Again. Barbenheimer definitely falls into this third category of weird pairings for double features. Now, why are we talking about Barbenheimer at this point? It's been months since this happened. Because it points to something that no amount of money can buy. Word of mouth. Any production company can spend hundreds of millions of dollars on the greatest marketing campaign of all time. But if the movie is a pile of dog shit, then people are not only going to let you know, they're going to let everyone know, their friends, their family, even complete strangers, like, hey, movie XYZ was a big pile of dog shit, don't waste your time. It's why the Marvels had the lowest opening weekend of any MCU movie up to this point. Everyone will blame the Hollywood strikes for why there wasn't a marketing campaign. It's like every business blaming the 2008 financial crisis for why their business is falling apart, despite it being, 2019. And then within the last few years, every business blamed COVID for all of their problems that they've been having for the last 20 fucking years. But anyway, I'm sidetracking. Everyone will blame the Hollywood strikes for why there wasn't a marketing campaign. But the lack of Tonight Show appearances didn't hurt the Marvels. It was the fact that no one was really talking about it other than people making fun of it. And even the people making fun of the movie from the trailers didn't go see it. Even if someone is making fun of your movie, that can be used to your benefit. Look at the success of Tommy Wiseau's The Room. It was originally marketed as a Tennessee Williams level drama that got changed to a black comedy because everybody was making fun of the movie with moments like these.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
It goes back to the Oscar Wilde school of thought. I can't remember the exact quote verbatim, but in essence, it is there is no such thing as bad press, and the only bad press is when the press is no longer talking about you, right? Barbenheimer, getting back to Barbenheimer was the biggest thing to happen to the 2023 summer box office, and it started as a Twitter meme. In fact, Barbenheimer was so successful that an actual Barbenheimer movie has been announced by Charles Band, the founder of Full Moon Productions, the guys that were responsible for the Puppet Master series, among many, many other midnight movies. And this goes to show you that with enough word of mouth, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. Even if people are making fun of your shit, you can spin it you can spin negative word of mouth to your benefit. It can turn a movie that otherwise would have been overlooked into a huge success. Had Barbie and Oppenheimer released in 2018, 2019, in my opinion, then it wouldn't have gotten the same level of traction. Audiences are sick and tired of the same bullshit over and over and over and over again. Looking at you, Marvel, finally, two movies that couldn't be more different from each other release on the exact same day in the domestic box office, US and Canada. Barbenheimer was so successful that it spawned other Twitter memes since. The one I personally remember is Saw Patrol. Paw Patrol, the Mighty movie, and Saw X released on the same day. Now, personally, I think that this would be a killer double feature. Cue the drum roll. But that meme didn't get the same traction as Barbenheimer got. And I know that I've been rambling in this video, so I'll end it with this before we go longer than we need to. If movie theaters want to survive, then they need to focus on more events like Barbenheimer. Forget about the latest Marvel movie or latest Star Wars movie. Those days are in the past. They are long gone. Studios need to start leaning more into double features that they can sell with catchy names like Barbenheimer. But that would mean that they would have to make their movies shorter because no one is going to sit through a 5-hour double feature. Some filmmakers' egos might get hurt, like Christopher Nolan, but as the old saying goes, you either adapt or die.